What's going on right now, babe?
We just came up to Tor's house up the coast to grab the rest of our stuff that comes with the boat.
It's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff.
I wasn't anticipating.
None of it I want to put on the boat.
Right. We don't
have space for it.
We don't have space for it. Ah.
Yeah, we're really
About 4 years ago, Trev and I decided that we wanted to live on a sailboat. So we've spent the last 4 years working, living cheaply, and saving as much as we could, and in June, we finally bought a 43-foot Morgan center cockpit called Loki.
The boat is in really good shape considering it's 33 years old, which is 2 years older than either of us. The previous owner took great care of it, but there are still upgrades that we need to make before we leave.
And also, I need to learn how to sail.
We live in Santa Cruz, California, and our plan is to spend the next year here getting ready, then head south to Mexico next fall.
We decided to document the process for friends and family, and we hope you guys enjoy watching us make this harebrained scheme a reality.
What you doing?
Are you filming?
Yeah.
I am cleaning the pipes and holding tank because there is a really bad pooey smell in the V-berth.
It doesn't smell that bad.
Well, Trev, it doesn't smell bad now because I just cleaned it. Also, you don't seem to be able to smell it, which I don't understand. But, so what I think is that this pipe here may be leaking. There was some gross stuff coming out on the other side here, so the plan at the moment is to clean the bejesus out of everything and make it really dry, and then basically I'll be able to see if it leaks again, and if it does, that really sucks, but at least we'll know what to do. Well, no, we won't.
Don't you think it most likely happened because we pumped way too much water into the holding tank?
My concern is that even if it was us, it still sprung a leak out of that side, which means now there's a hole there potentially, or I don't know. Basically, I'm just cleaning the head real good, and I'm going to dry it real good as well, and then we're going to see if it leaks again. And if it does, then we'll go from there. And if it doesn't, that'll be wonderful, because then the smell will be gone.
Great.
Yeah, so that's it. What's going on in here?
Not much at the moment. It's a little cramped. This is our nice little fridge.
Well, it's not the actual fridge, right? It's
It's the refrigeration unit. It's the compressor.
And then next to it is
and
the brain.
Freon. And the temperature control.
Okay.
We have our two 6-volt batteries in here. It seems like Tor just cut a panel out of the wall.
Okay.
And they're nice and accessible at least.
Great.
I believe this is where our 120 volt shore power comes into the boat.
Okay.
It comes... Yeah, it comes in right here. And goes to these breakers, these 30 amp breakers.
Okay.
The green wires are the grounds, and basically in between here.
That like pipe there?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is where the shore power comes in. In between there and here, we need to put the galvanic isolator.
And what does that do? Unclear.
Still murky on how it actually works.
It prevents the boat from turning into a battery when it's plugged into shore power.
Yes.
We're not really sure how it does that, but in the survey it basically said failure to have one of these could result in electrocution and death of everybody on board when you plug in the shore
I
power.
have not read anything to support that claim. What you doing?
I'm about to oil the tow rail, which is this wood that you can see right here. Goes all the way from the bow around all the way down to the stern.
All the way down.
And back around the other side. I will also be oiling these little handrails right here, which, I mean, I guess they're handrails.
Yeah, that needs it real bad.
Yeah, this one here looks pretty rough. So we'll be doing that, and then also these little guys down here. And, yeah,
That will help to preserve our wood against damp, etc.
Let's go.
Okay, what are we looking at?
These are the Raycor filters, the diesel filters. I'm not sure what micron they are,
Micron?
but they separate debris and water from the fuel. You probably can't see on the camera, but there's a lot of little black bits in here.
No, I guess you can't really see. But take my word for it, there's black bits in there.
So there's an actual filter that sits right here. And what we're going to do is drain the fuel out from the bottom here. And it'll drain all this debris out. And then we unscrew this T valve up here, take the filter out, and put a new one back in. And you need to refill the diesel back in here. And if you only do it like to here, it only goes halfway up the filter, and if you leave it that way, it'll basically only use half the filter, and so it will clog twice as fast. And you just need to replace it twice as quickly.
So
usually you would pour a little diesel in the top to top it off up, up
Sure.
to the top of the filter.
Okay. You filming my butt?
No, but I'm not saying that it's hurting.
Alright, bear witness me, brother. This is now super clean and bone dry. Well, almost once I'm done drying it off.
Just leave this all open for a bit.
Yeah, this is now super clean, very dry. Before, there was some brown, like, muck around here. So, basically, we're going to come back after we pump out today and after we use the head a couple times, and I'm going to see if there's more brown stuff collecting here, because that means that this
I really hope it's not
is leaking. I really hope it's not, too.
That's
But
a huge bummer.
yeah, that would be a huge bummer.
I am experienced enough in plumbing to know that that piece will be super hard to replace.
Okay, so, we hope it's not that, but it could be. And then over here, I basically just wiped all of these pipes and bleached and everything, so I'm now drying it off. And so this was the other potential problem pipe right here. So now this is all clean and dry, and we can come back again at the end of today and see how it's doing. And hopefully, I guess we're just gonna cross our fingers. I don't have much hope though. I have a feeling something's leaking.
Well, you are a pessimist.
Yeah. Well, but I prefer a realist. So, woo!
Cool, good job.
Oh, where'd it go? Fuck.
What?
Where's the goddamn dipstick?
Stupid goddamn dipstick.
Oh, that's right. This is the oil filter,
Oh, I see. Okay.
and then the dipstick. Yeah, I have the dipstick right here.
Where? Oh yeah, I feel it.
Yeah. So that's really inconvenient. That's about the worst place it could be for us. We were super stoked on this really nice engine room.
It is a really nice engine room. I mean,
Right,
I'm like almost
but-
standing up in it right now.
No, you're not.
I am. Wait, hold on. Ta-da!
But what's the point in having a spacious engine room if you can't even get to the dipstick or the oil filter?
Well, I mean, you can just come and sit in here and think about your life. Alright, well, I just got done oiling all of the wood on the deck, and unsatisfyingly, it seems to kind of just go right back to gray once the oil has dried in. It looks a little better, for sure. But I think I'm probably going to have to do a second coat tomorrow. So that will be tomorrow. But it's pretty fun hanging out on the boat in the sun, drinking a beer. See, this looks a lot better. Drinking a beer, oiling that wood. It was a good day. Got the wood done. Got the head pipes cleaned around the holding tank. And yeah, feeling pretty productive. Feeling like I got things done today. Coming back tomorrow to probably oil all this wood again, and then hopefully change the fuel filters, maybe the oil in the engine, and probably go for a sail, because we didn't actually end up going for a sail. Trev had to leave and go to work, so today was more just like cleaning and getting some projects done. Hopefully tomorrow we can finish up projects and go for a sail. Alright, it's day 2 of boat project weekend number 1, and we are currently on the way to Ace and maybe the auto parts store to pick up some wire crimps and stainless steel screws. Then we're going to the coffee shop to get coffee, because that's very important, and then we're heading to the boat. We have 2 brandy bottles full of diesel that we took from John back at the house. We're going to use those to top up the filters after we change them, and then hopefully we can get all the other like alarms and whatnot that we need to installed today as well, and then hopefully go out for a sail. That's the plan. Pretty excited, obviously. Alright, so we just got back from Ace Hardware, where I discovered a new thing. Butt splices. I think that's delightful. What a ridiculous name for a thing. Alright, so we have our coffee. We have our butt splices. I think we're ready to go. So what are you guys up to?
Galvanic isolator, bilge alarm, and the propane thing is no good.
The propane thing is no good?
No.
Why?
Because I guess I'm an idiot.
Oh, okay.
It has a plug on it. It's not 12 volt.
Oh, okay.
Isn't this the one that you found?
Nope. The one I found was 12 volts.
It's on the aft side of the oil filter, which is the white can that sticks out horizontally.
Yeah, okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. So, like, this is good?
Yeah, just get it in there any way you can.
That's what she said.
And push it down as far as you can.
Okay. Don't spill too much oil in the process.
Nope.
Oh, God.
It's so clean in here.
Yeah, I know.
There you go.
Here?
Not sucking.
Oh, yeah, there it goes.
Can you see it? Oh, yeah.
Really riveting TV.
Very exciting.
With the old engine oil draining, we went up on deck to put the second coat of oil on the teak. I know that it's wrong to be right in someone else's soul, but what can I do? I got words to say. So what have you guys been up to?
Just trying to understand how this has all been laid out previously. I still don't have a good grasp of it.
And what are you doing right now?
Rewiring the bilge switch back in and adding in the float and our new high water bilge alarm.
Gotcha. Thanks. Alright, so we finished pumping out all the old oil, took the tube out of here, And now we just need to put in the new stuff. So I got my water bottle here cut in half. And I got my dipstick to check. And here it's going to go in. And yeah, it should be pretty easy from here on out. How's it going, babe?
It's going fine, except that this keeps
Ah!
ringing in my fucking ear and it's really loud. It hurts. It's really...
Well, that's probably good because we want to be able to hear it if the boat happens to be filling with water, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So, where are you at with this?
Pretty much done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can I see?
Sure.
So you just basically, snipped the wires that were already there and then put these butt splices
Yes.
on it to wire this into the middle?
Yes.
Cool. And that just sits down there?
It's gonna get mounted. The alarm can go on right here. And then the float can go like here.
And what's the float?
This.
That was already in there.
No.
No. What does the float do?
It,
Monitors the water level?
yeah, when the water rises, it makes the float rise up and it contacts to, it lets power run through when the float goes up and that sends power to the alarm.
Oh, I see. Okay. Because there's a switch in there that turns the bilge pump on automatically, right?
Yes.
But that doesn't depend on the float?
That's a separate float for the bilge pump.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. So this has its own float, and there was already a float in there for
And
the
we're
bilge
also
pump?
putting this float higher because it's for high water. It's not just to detect if there's a little water in the bilge.
Right. Okay, I see. Cool.
Make sense?
Yep. I just took this guy out of there and put a new one. Just dropped it in the top here.
And these are 2-micron filters?
Yes. I wanted to
Seems really small for the first set of filters. Great.
I don't know. I was going to take this off and try to drain because I still see black stuff in there, but John says it's fine, so we're going to leave it.
So yeah, you don't need to put that back on yet, right?
No, because we're going to fill it, but just to get it out of the way so I don't trip on it or whatever. So it goes this way.
Yeah, so
You
when it's
shouldn't
upside
need a
down,
wrench.
It's like this. Other way. The one on the yes, correct.
This way.
Yep.
No,
Wait. It's the other way.
it is the other way.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's actually super easy then.
Well, the tricky part is making sure that no air gets into the injectors on the engine. Well, you've got to have all the air out of the system, and so there's a bleed point on the engine that you need to bleed after you do this. If any air gets into the engine, then you've got to crack each injector on the engine till one at a time till fuel comes out while you're running the pump. So you notice how this is red dyed? It's not, the diesel I gave you is not, it's
Right.
clear. So they tax, the highways tax fuel, okay? So the diesel that you get at the gas dock is not taxed with the highway tax, okay? It's just got a state sales tax on it, but not highway tax. And so they dye it red, and if you're loosening that,
Wait.
you're loosening that.
Don't drop
That's
it.
also, okay, because tighter is also longer, which is
Oh, that is weird, yeah.
weird.
So highway patrol will carry a stick, and they'll stick it in the gas tanks of like big rig trucks. And if it's red, then they get a huge fine for driving on the highways with untaxed fuel. That's why this fuel is red.
Later that day, with all the chores done, our families joined us for our first sail into Monterey Bay.
Sit right down, make yourself comfortable. We got a lot to do and only just a little bit of time to do it. Leave your shoes by the door, leave your coat on the wall, and leave your troubles outside, baby. We don't want them getting in.
The wind died early on, and I wanted to learn how to use our new windlass, so we headed for the Santa Cruz wharf to drop anchor for the afternoon.
Dip down, you don't even need to think about it, baby, just dip down with me. I can help like you make a person and all of the running around in circles, running everywhere where you came from. But we got the cure, you know, we got a
Oh, man.
and a little sugar too. Make it go down smooth, 'cause we know it surely gets high. Dealing with the bad noise. It's not Southern California.
Yeah, no. Or Croatia.
You better pick it up now. You better pick it up and dip down. Leave a little bit of yourself on the ground. You got to dip down. You better pick it up now. Pick it up now.
We just had our very first official jumping off the boat, swimming in the ocean. Really exciting. Unfortunately, we only have 2 towels on board and like 6 people that need to use them. We're learning. Finally, we headed back to the harbor to grab some beers at a nearby cafe before returning Loki to our slip. It's a pretty sweet boat, man. Sails real nice. Room for everybody in the cockpit. We had 0 snacks and no towels and no booze. So I guess we'll have to get...
Who the fuck comes to a boat without beer?
I guess that's on us now? I don't know. All right, well, we're back home. We made it through the day. And, oh, man, she's gone. All right, so how did it go? How did it go today, babe?
It went well. We got the galvanic isolator installed. We got the high water bilge alarm installed. We changed the Raycor fuel filters.
Mm-hmm.
We still have to do the Yanmar fuel filter and the water separator.
Mm-hmm.
We changed the oil, but not the oil filter. We still need to do the transmission oil.
I discovered that the valve on the head is leaking. Pretty sure. That's a bummer. So we got to do that too.
Sure.
We went for a really nice sail.
We did go for a nice sail. We left the dock with everyone, our families, and the wind completely died. So we went and anchored off of the Santa Cruz wharf,
Everyone jumped off the boat
which is great. Everyone went
in
for
their
a
underwear.
swim. And then we had a nice sail just offshore and came back into the harbor. We stopped at the fuel dock and pumped out the holding tank. Everyone had a beer and some chips at the little market right there. Came back to the dock. It was a good day.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, we had some, personal stress between the 2 of us.
What? No.
But besides that, it went very well. And I think after only having the boat for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
we are doing great.
2 weeks.
We can leave the dock by ourselves, which sounds easy, but is more nerve-wracking than you might think, just because of where we are.
Mm-hmm.
We can do all the sailing ourselves, so I think
Yeah.
we're doing great. Feels
Me
good.
too. Me too.
Feels very freeing, and more like the more we use it, the more it feels like our boat.
Agreed. Although we need to put snacks on the boat, apparently.
No, everyone else needs to bring snacks and beer. It's not our
Bring
time.
snacks and beer next time, you guys.
We
Jesus.
just spent all of our money on this fucking boat. I'm not taking you out anymore unless you bring snacks.
He doesn't mean that. All right. Cool. All right. Well, thanks. Love you. Love you all. Bye.